Muringazuva.
Good morning, Madam Speaker, ma'am. And I'd like to thank you for this the opportunity you gave me to debate on the CAB 3. Now, before I go further with my debate,
point of order, Madam Speaker.
Order. What's the point of order?
According to our ratio, Honourable Speaker, it's supposed to be 2 that side, 1 that side, this side. So if now we are now having third person debating from that side, while no one has been allowed to debate from this side.
Well noted. I'm just following the list. I'll rectify. Honourable Muringaziva, may proceed. I'll correct it.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, at this particular stage of this debate, Madam Speaker, I would like to point out that this debate has been going on for quite a while, and it has been debated almost exhaustively and professionally, especially, and I would say very fantastic views have come from honourable members, especially honourable members of this side of the House. And like I said, it's almost exhaustive in nature, what has happened now. And it would take a lot of creativity to come up with a new angle to this debate, considering what has been said so far by the esteemed members of this House. Now, what, however, pushes me to come here and continue to debate, despite the fact that the debate has been debated exhaustively, is the fact that the people of my own constituency of Hurungwe North insisted and said, Honourable Member, you are our representative in the House, and we insist that you go to the House and you go and tell and speak before the House and tell the whole nation what we as the people of Hurungwe North have told you to go and say, which is we support the bill, the constitutional amendment bill number 3 in its entirety. Before I proceed with my debate, Madam Speaker, we ought to note certain fundamentals as far as our nation of Zimbabwe is concerned. First of all, Zimbabwe is a third world country, or what we call a developing nation. 2, Zimbabwe's economy is at a stage that we call the stage of recovery. It is recovering. Now, I'll draw parallels before I go further. It's recovering from a depression that was caused by sanctions that were imposed upon us in the year of 2000 to 2002, somewhere thereabout. So as I go further, I will draw parallels.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Order. What's your point of order, Honourable James?
Madam Speaker, we've heard the sanctions bit for quite a while now. It's sometimes used as a convenient excuse, and sometimes it's used as a progressive manner that we don't need sanctions, we can rely on local investment. If the sanctions were put on the government and only the government can get them lifted.
Honourable James, may you allow Honourable Muringazuva to debate?
Madam Speaker.
Yes, our Government Chief Whip.
I respect Honourable James, but for him to pretend that we were not under sanctions and we are still under sanctions is, for me, not honourable, but irresponsible, and may bring us to think he has more reasons to why he is saying that.
Madam Speaker.
Honourable B. James, I did not acknowledge you. We will not allow you to mislead the House.
Madam Speaker, I'm not
We will
denying
not allow
that
you
there's sanctions.
not to be honest in what you'll be saying. May you please take your seat. Honourable Muringaziva, you may proceed.
Madam Speaker, I'm not denying the sanctions. It's just being used
Honourable
as an excuse.
B. James, I did not acknowledge you. It's well known that our country is still under sanctions. You may
Point of
proceed.
order, Madam Speaker.
Emusiwe, Garapas.
You may proceed.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Angare kekuda.
You were treason.
My
Honourable Muringa, order. Honourable Muringazuva, you may proceed.
Point of order.
Madam,
Point of order.
Honourable Tsvangirai, I've made a ruling.
I have a point of order.
It's arising from what? I'm not tolerating that. Please, let's not disturb the process. Honourable Muringazuva, you may proceed.
Madam Speaker, ma'am. Hanzi kuzeza kwatara hunge katurikwa. Now, Madam Speaker, ma'am, they say history repeats itself. I'm going to bring the House to a certain incident in history. You see, the United States of America at one point underwent a certain period that was called the boom. That period, the American economy grew almost to unprecedented levels at that time. And then it came to a time around the 1920s, that was the time of the presidents like Coolidge and Warren Harding. It went through what was called the Depression. American industry fell, real estate fell, unemployment came to unprecedented levels, and I think we have all heard about this, the crash of 1929. America was on its knees after the boom. And then in 1933, they elected the president. His name is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, immediately after assuming power, went through, started programs like the Tennessee Valley Association, the Public Works, whatever, and things like that. So America started recovering during that period. And because of the great works that were done at that time, Congress, for the first time in American history, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was voted for a third term. And then, during his third term, the Second World War started. And Congress decided that Franklin Delano Roosevelt could run for the fourth time. So, around 1945, when he was just beginning his fourth term, we must all know that Franklin Delano Roosevelt died of polio. He was actually ruling America from a wheelchair, and the people allowed him to do that because of the great works that he had done in as far as the recovery of the American economy is concerned. Now, I can draw parallels, Madam Speaker, ma'am.
On a point of order.
Order. What's the point of order, Honourable Ngatsuri?
Madam Speaker, ma'am, I think it is a miscarriage of justice to use an example of the former President Roosevelt, who came through to power in 1933 to 1945. He was elected then because this was law in the United States before they had passed the 22nd Amendment, which was ratified in 1951. So it's tired intellectualism to pretend and to mislead the House.
Honourable Ngatsuri.
The Speaker is misleading the House. I do have the history, and we know it.
Order, Honourable Ngatsuri. When you have a chance to debate, you can come up with your facts.
We are being misled.
May you allow Honourable Muringazuva to finish his debate? Because when you do your research, you put your facts together. So may you allow him to finish his debate?
We are well aware of the history, as the Honourable Member alludes, Madam Speaker, ma'am. But we are drawing parallels. We never said our constitution with the Constitution of America is the same. No, we didn't say that. What we are saying here is the bottom line is the same. A great leader who takes a country out of, through a recovery deserves more time. This is the basic tenet of this whole argument. It's not about the American Constitution said that, the Zimbabwean Constitution said this, no. The bottom line is the man who led America from the depression to the recovery was given 4 terms. Basically, a great leader who takes a nation from a depression to a recovery needs more time to finish his programs. And the parallels that I draw with the with the United States of America, Madam Speaker, it's very simple. When you look at it, around 1939, the World War II started. And when you look at when we look today, how many wars are there? When you look at the geopolitics of this world right now, we are in a state of war, almost a third war. So the parallels, we can draw parallels from the American experience to the Zimbabwean experience, madam. Now, when His Excellency Dr. Idi Mnangagwa came into office in 2018, we all saw phenomenal growth of our economy. I mean, anybody can tell you, our GDP is quadrupled. Our, what do you call this, our economic growth is at 6% against a global average of 2.9. We are now producing 100% of our basic needs. Cooking oil, rice, you name it. We no longer import anything. Before 2018, the most fashionable thing to smuggle in Zimbabwe, the most profitable was cooking oil. Today, if you bring cooking oil in Zimbabwe, you are not going to find a single buyer who can buy your cooking oil. We are producing, you don't see any delight. The delight you see in Zimbabwe now is written made in Zimbabwe. Actually, smuggling of cooking oil is happening from Zimbabwe to Zambia. Our companies that were non-existent at that time, like for example, the Sunny Ifeng factory here in Norton is producing double the amount of tiles that SADC can consume. But before 2018, we were importing tiles from South Africa. Now, Madam Speaker, all this phenomenal growth and what has happened has made us so distinctly aware of how much limitations are on our constitution. 5 years are not enough for a recovering economy, for a developing nation to implement all its programs. Why am I saying so, Madam Speaker? The time we are living in a time of war. That's one. Firstly, you must understand, goods that normally take 3 months to reach Zimbabwe are now taking a year because of the blockades on the seas. Number two, madam, we are living at a time of global warming, and certain catastrophes are happening, natural catastrophes. We have such things like the El Nino-induced droughts that disturb an economy, and this cannot be controlled. We have this new, in 2023 to 2024, we had a very debilitating drought. That took almost $5 billion from our economy. And imagine what $5 billion would have done for our people in Zimbabwe. We could have built 10 highways like that one from Bedbridge to Harare. And all these natural phenomena are causing a stagnation of our development. And when we continue, we see that there is an emergence of new pandemics. We have COVID-19, took 2 years of our time. We have now this new, and this new disease continue to come. This is the modern world. People are now fragile. Many viruses are emerging. We have heard recently of the hunter virus, the Ebola virus, etc. So, in 5 years, the possibility of a disturbance to any trajectory is very high. We cannot assume that when a president or a member of parliament or a councillor comes into office, he's going to smooth sail through the 5 years. No. 5 years is just not enough. And I can give you examples, Madam Speaker. In my constituency, at constituency level. 3 MPs ago, which is about 3 parliaments ago, a member of parliament initiated the construction of a clinic. And then, a few years later, he lost the election.
Order. You're left with 5 minutes. May you
Wow.
wind up.
Okay. Two parliaments later, a parliament later, another term later, another MP came, and another MP came. And when I came as member of parliament, madam, I found that building at window level. If you go there, and then when I tried to start to resume the construction, I could not even find the plan of that building. Up to now, we can't find it. And we cannot continue with that building anymore. This is the same because this honourable member did not get enough time to implement and finish his projects. And whoever came after him started his own projects. And what I'm saying here is also true on national level. A third world country, Madam Speaker, ma'am, relies on many resources for its projects. And these resources sometimes are external. Negotiations have to be made by external financiers. Money has to be borrowed from here, from there. Just the mobilization of resources takes 3 to 4 years. 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years. Implementation, another 4 or 5 years. Before even that project is on 25% completion, we start running for elections again. And what happens when you change candidates at such in such quick rotation? No development. One of the most, I would like to debunk this. There's been some quotations from pseudo politicians or economists who claim that the quick turnaround of elections brings development, Madam Speaker. You see, the most developed nation, the highest developing nation in the world right now is China. And the president of China, Mr. Comrade Xi Jinping, he has been in office since 2012. And yet, his country is #1, even ahead of the United States of America. So, I would have wanted to debate on other issues here, Madam Speaker, but since my time is gone, I would say...
Point of order, Madam Speaker, ma'am.
What's your point of order, Honourable Matangira?
Madam, when a member is debating constructively like this, I seek extension of his time. Thank you.
I reject. I second.
Who seconds?
I object. I second.
I object.
I object.
Who object? Is there an objection?
Yes.
I object.
I object.
It is
second.
objected. Honourable Matangira, you seek for extension usually after a member of parliament is finished debating. You may proceed, Honourable Muringazuva.
Thank you, ma'am. Since my time is up, I'll just conclude by saying what inspired us as a nation to ask for an extension. It is the great works that we have seen, Madam Speaker, ma'am. And it is our wish for continuity. We need someone with the institutional memory to continue heading this recovery. I so submit.
Further debate.